Hi guys, it's Eliza and this is Eliza's Bookshelf. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. Today I want to talk a little bit about my weekend where I went to Las Vegas for the Las Vegas Book Festival. I actually only heard about this last year in 2022 and by accident because we were in Las Vegas for that weekend coincidentally, and I was like, hey, let's go to this indie bookstore. And when we were at that indie bookstore, I saw people holding these tote bags that said Las Vegas Book Festival. So I was like, hey, what's that? And so they told me all about it. It was like a book festival happening like a couple blocks away. They were kind of looking at me like, I can't believe you don't know about this, right? So I basically put that festival on my radar this year. And what really pushed me to go was that Rebecca Yarros was going to be there. So I heard about it like a month before the festival. And so I was counting down. It's great because it's a free book festival. I know a lot of like book conventions and stuff like that, it can get really expensive. Steamy Lit was like $300. And so this being free, and we always go to Las Vegas every now and then because it's just like a 3.5 hour drive and we love eating there. My husband was like, let's do it for your birthday. And so we went there for just like a very short trip, like an overnight trip. We got there on Friday, and then Saturday was the book festival and we just drove home that Saturday. But yeah, I just want to tell you about my experience. So basically, parking is also free, but you have to get there a little early because sometimes the parking gets full, and if you don't get into these parking lots, then you have to park on the street, which can get expensive. They basically tell you where to park, which is nice. You actually just have to come early enough. So the festival started at 10 a.m. It runs until 6 p.m. But we got there around 12:30, and we were able to get like one of the last parking spots. And so yes, going in, and it was so convenient. The parking, you like basically walk from the parking lot into the festival and it was just right there. But there were so many booths and panels and stuff like that with other authors, romance authors. There was like a mystery horror panel as well. And there's like other different booths with smaller indie published authors and like stickers and keychains and stuff like that. But I basically spent all my time with Rebecca Yarros related things because since it's so popular and she's like really famous now, there's like lines. So her panel, I think, started at like 2, but her line started at, I don't know, 1 or something like that. So I got in line and I was still like not even in the front of line. I was standing in line for like an hour, and my husband, thank gosh, he was taking care of our 2 kids, and there's like other areas for kids and stuff like that, kids books, kids activities. So that was great. I was like seeing if I needed to save a seat for him, but when I got in, I like got one of the last seats on the 3rd row, like the farthest, the closest I could get, right? Because I wanted to be very close to her. And so I just grabbed one random seat and I texted him. I was like, hey, I don't think there's any more seats. Do you really want to come? Because there's places in the back. And he's like, no, don't worry about it. I'll just take care of the kids. And thank goodness, because during the panel itself, my husband texted me. He was like, there's a line forming outside. And I was like, what is this line for? We're like in the middle of her panel. Her panel is like an hour long or something like that, right? And so there's a line forming outside, and it was basically a line for her signing at 5. So it's like 2:30-ish. Lines are opening up for her signing at 5, and I was just so crazy. He was like, the line is getting very long, and so he got in line for me. Thank goodness for him, because as we got out, I just went and met him at the line, and because she had some time between that panel and like her 4 o'clock panel, she signed some books for people like to get it started, right? And so we actually got to see her around like 3:30-ish or something like that, and we were able to drive home instead of waiting until like 5 o'clock, and who knows when we would have got home, right? I don't know, it was just so crazy. But her panel itself, she's like so funny. She was like telling us about Fourth Wing, how she wrote it in 2 months, and it's just like a whirlwind right now, and she already has all the 5 books plotted out. She knows how it's gonna end. I think there's hints about it becoming a screen adaptation because someone asked her about it and she was just like, next question, I cannot answer that, right? And I think they know when the books are coming out, they just can't say because I think the interviewer asked her like, can she share when the next books are coming out? And she's like, I don't know, can I? And she looked this way. I think it's like her personal assistant or something. And they were like, no, do not. So she couldn't tell us. So I think they already know when they are going to release the next books. We'll just have to wait and see.
So we my publisher's like, we're gonna do a special edition. And I was like, all right, cool. And she's like, will you write 2 scenes? And I'm like, sure, can we put them up for free once they sell out? Because, you know, there's a whole lot that goes into the business of publishing. He's like, can we get the scenes up for free on my website? And she's like, yes, the retailers agree that once, as soon as it sells out, you can put the scenes up. So I write it. And then she's like, we're not gonna tell anyone. We're gonna drop it the same day as Iron Flame. I was like, look at this! And then the first leak happens, or the first thing, like, everyone notices it goes up. And it's like, this is Rebecca. And I'm like, dude, I'm not, like, I haven't breathed on this. Like, how do you guys even know that? And then it jumps to, I think the next leak was Target put my name up for 10 minutes. It was 10 minutes, and you guys had it. And I'm seeing some of these things like, oh, this is planned. No, it was not. Because if you saw me hyperventilating at the hockey rink, well, it was, I think, an indie bookstore put up the entire synopsis, and I'm like hyperventilating, like, oh my gosh, it's gonna get out. And so my publisher's like, you have to go do the video. So I'm like, sweet, I'll curl my hair. Because I'm in mom mode, like messy bun, no makeup on, but I'm sure I'll be TikTok presentable. So yes, the special edition comes out the same day as Iron Flame. It's a limited run, so if you want your edges to match Iron Flame, I'd snag it. If you guys are just gonna buy it for the bonus content, please don't stress. It's gonna be up on my website, and I never want people to feel like they have to buy multiple editions of books to get bonus content. That's just not my jam. So don't stress, okay? And if you want it, I would stress a little bit. But if you don't stress. We'll kind of stress.
It's really fun listening to all these questions and her answers and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, but when it was time to meet her, I was just not prepared because I was thinking that I was going to meet her around 5, 6, whatever, right, p.m. But they just let us go, and it just happened so quickly. Like, I was so starstruck. I don't even know if I said hi to her. I feel like I just had my jaw dropped to the floor the whole time, and I was just like, can I get a picture with you? And she said yes. And it's so funny because my husband is like struggling with the kids. He's like juggling the kids, he's juggling my stack of books, and he is like holding my stack of books and taking pictures for me. And she was just like, you are doing great to my husband. And she called my kids cute. Oh my gosh, I just had the funnest time. I'm like a big fangirl when I meet people who are famous, but I just want to show you guys the books that I got signed by her. I got the, you know, the first edition, first print, whatever, with the sprayed edges. I got her to sign, and she signs it, and she also stamps it with like a quote, and she has 3 quotes, except it was just so crazy when I got up there. I got 2 of the quotes, so I don't remember what the last quote said. I'm gonna see her in LA again, so I might get that one. So it says, a dragon without its rider is a tragedy. A rider without their dragon is dead. So it's like Eliza, her signature, and her stamp. And then the other 3 books has the same quotes, which I do not mind because I like this quote. It is, I will not die today. So this is my probably smut edition. I got this when like the buzz was not as crazy. Definitely sold out that day, but I was able to snag one. And I've been subscribed to Probably Smut ever since because I love their book selections anyways. I Will Not Die Today, Rebecca Yarros. And oh my gosh, she's just so awesome because she actually signed 4 books for me. These 2 are the German editions. This is like the regular one that you can get everywhere, or you could have gotten everywhere over there in Germany. And like they have colored maps, and the naked hardcover is a dragon itself. So it's so cool. I can't wait to see what they do with the other books, but I got her to sign this one too. I won't show you guys everything because it's basically the same at this point. This one is also I Will Not Die Today. And then the other one I got her to sign is my other German edition by this bookish box company. So I originally talked myself out of getting this one because I was like, I don't read German. I don't need all these books, right? And so I talked myself out of getting this one initially until they announced their second book, and it's gonna like line up perfectly, like with all 5 books. It's gonna make a picture at the end. So, oh my gosh, I got sucked in again. But that's me. I am obsessed. So future plans with Iron Flame. I am going to go to a midnight release party at my nearby Barnes & Nobles. My husband is actually going with me. I was really shocked because I just imagined him like staying home with the kids, whatever, right? But he's like, yeah, I'll go with you. Like, you go with me to all my car meets, I'll just go with you, of course, right? And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. So he's gonna come with me. He actually started reading Fourth Wing, and it's been so fun, like talking to him about it, talking to him about how he likes the characters so far, what he thinks about the threshing. I don't know, it's just so fun. He already told me that he does not like Dane, so I'm like, all right, cool, we're on the same page here. But yeah, so I'm gonna go to the midnight release party. I asked for Tuesday off because I'm just gonna be reading the whole day. And then we have our trip to Hawaii, which we've planned before. So I don't know. I initially wanted to do like this live sprints with Sam, reading the book together, but this damn Hawaii trip, I don't know what we were thinking, come on. So we're definitely gonna like text each other and maybe like get a group chat going on to talk about Iron Flame. But then the week after, Rebecca Yarros is going to be in LA. So we bought tickets. We're going to go to a signing. We're going to get a bunch of more books signed. I'm going to get her to sign my Iron Flame book, the holiday edition of Fourth Wing. Is that it? Yeah, because my Fairy Loot is signed. And then I have like a regular blank one that I'm going to use for annotation. But yes, I am going to get a lot of books signed. Maybe this time I will be less like fangirly and actually talk to her and tell her about how much I love her books. But yeah, I am so excited. I'm dragging my other friend too to come to the signing because she loves Fourth Wing as well. But yeah, I hope you guys like this little insight to the Las Vegas festival and looking at my books and stuff like that. But let me know down below if you read Fourth Wing, what you think. I know a lot of people don't like it, but a lot of people do. So just let me know what you think. I don't really care if you like it or not, but please be respectful down below. But yeah, thank you so much. I will probably give an update later on after I go to the signing, but yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.